Good evening, everybody. This is Anna Banana coming at you from Anna Wants to Learn Everything with some sky images. And before I get into this video, or the gem of the video as I see it, I wanted to talk about lens flares. Anybody who's ever taken sun photography or sky photography and captured the sun knows what a lens flare is. Or has noticed something and they don't quite know what it is. Well, I'll tell you what it is. It's called a lens flare. Very popular ones are this green orb up here. And we see that green orb above this. I took this because I saw a rhombus sun, so that's really the reason I took this picture. But yeah, lens flares happen when our lens meets the sun. It causes the lens flare phenomenon. And the lens flare can move, as I illustrate in this picture. I moved camera angle slightly, and the lens flare moved slightly a couple degrees to the left. So your lens flare moves as your camera moves. Doesn't move unless your camera moves. Here's another example of the green orb lens flare. And that was taken at midday, and guess what we see? White sun. I believe, my own belief is that the white sun is due to our atmosphere thinning. Now, this was taken at 7:30 in the evening when the sun was setting, and we see more of a yellow sun. That's because we're seeing it through a thicker atmosphere. So that's why I believe the white sun correlates with the thinning atmosphere, and the yellow sun correlates with a thicker atmosphere. What we used to have at midday, now it's not so thick. I think that's what the chemtrailing is all about. But I'm not here to talk about chemtrails tonight. I'm here to talk about something I saw that showing you evidence I don't believe was a lens flare, and just giving you a little background on lens flares. Now, people who think that the red orb that surrounds the green lens flare is a celestial body, it's not, because here is a picture taken where we see that lens flare in front of the tree. So we know that it's a lens flare and it's a camera phenomenon. And then here's another example of a lens flare. This is the streaking lines lens flare. We got a couple of lens flares going on. We got this orb right here, and then we kind of have another one down here, all in front of the trees. So we know that it's, again, related to the camera. And then the last type of lens flare I want to show you was one I caught off of the snapshot, or a screenshot off of my viewing of the ISS live feed, and we see a hexagonal lens flare. And I've done some research that indicates this is due to the type of lens used. But who knows? It's anybody's guess, right? So I was showing you examples of lens flares. Now I'm going to show you a non-example. Here is an image that I caught at the beginning of the year, January 2018. And the sun is to the right, lower in the sky. It appears to be setting. I think probably took this around 4 or 5 o'clock. On my way to pick my son up from school, and here's our sun on the right, and here, down here over to the left, is not a lens flare. It appears to be a sundog. I don't know. I don't claim to know anything. I just know what I see. And yeah, heavy chemtrailing's here as well. So now it's time to go to the real purpose of this video. I was showing you examples and non-examples of lens flares just to help build a foundation for what I'm about to show you, which I do not believe is a lens flare. And that's this image right here. This image was taken Saturday before Father's Day of this weekend. We had gone to visit my dad and spend the day with him, and we were on our way home, and we had stopped, and I snapped this shot. The reason I snapped this shot was because I saw the sun through the clouds and the shadows and the rays, and I thought it was beautiful. So I snapped the shot, and then when I went to examine it, I noticed this above the clouds, and I was like, wow, I wonder what that is. And I have some blown up pictures of it that I'm going to go to in a minute. But what I really want you to see is that whenever I snap the shot, I just sort of decided to snap two in succession. Snap, snap, one after the other. So I want to show you the second shot now. And I want you to pay attention to this guy right here. Okay? So here we go. Next shot. Bazinga. He moved way up. So he was here. Then he went up to here. All the way up there. What in the world? From here to up here. That's hundreds of feet. I don't know. It could be thousands of feet. I have no idea. It's hard to really reference how close or far away the clouds are. I mean, we know they go so high up there. From, we can research it. From there to way up there. Same object. So here are some blown up pictures where I can kind of zoom in a little bit more on that object. To me, it looks like a piece of puffed wheat that's glowing up in the sky. And I don't know, that's like really the only thing that came to mind. But I did some research, and I came to an interesting conclusion, and I'll share that in a minute. And then there's its heightened position, going way up there. And then this is the research that I did. I went to crystallize.com, and this blogger shares the research on sacred geometry. And sacred geometry is the study of the geometric patterns in nature, and it's a blending of the science with the spirituality. And what really caught me in this image from crystallize.com, this image was posted in 2008, was this particular part of the lotus flower, especially that top centermost petal. Take a good look at it, commit it to memory, take a snapshot in your mind. Now, let's go back to this image. I can see that topmost lotus flower pattern in that image. Even going back to this one, I can see it. And I'm not saying this is sacred geometry. I don't know what it is. All I know is that it is not a lens flare. And it moved. It could be anything. An angel, a soul, UFO. I don't know. That rhymed. But it is definitely interesting. And something I really wanted to share with you all this evening. So we are in some interesting times. If you go look at the GOES satellite, which monitors the magnetic field, our magnetic field is very weak right now. I compared data from right now to 2013 when it first went up. It's never been as weak as it is now. The chemtrailing very well could be in efforts to preserve our atmosphere for whatever it is that's on its way. We've had fireballs falling. We've got earthquakes going off the chain, volcanic activity. There's a lot going on. So we know that the heavens, the firmament, the creation are for signs. So look up. Open your hearts. Open your minds. If you want to know, ask. Seek and you shall find. Ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall be opened unto you. I see a triangle there. Anyway. I see everything up in the sky. If you've watched any of my videos, you know this about me. I hope you guys have a wonderful week, a blessed evening, and stay safe out there. Peace, love, and rock and roll. And a banana, and her lens flares, and her non-lens flares, and fastly accelerating puffed wheat in the sky are out. Bye-bye.